Roxy Sims here, and I have another speed build for you today. Today I am building a converted mill. The story goes like this. So I was thinking that this mill has been used for many years to process all the grain in this entire area, but it has been decommissioned. They no longer need it. And so a very creative family has bought it, moved in, and they have renovated it to make it a comfortable home. I say a creative family because it does seem to be that when people take things that weren't homes and then turn them into homes, they always seem to be a bit creative. So that's what I was thinking for these people. I was thinking one of them could be an author. They could write books, and then the other one could be maybe a painter or something like that. So I have an office set up in here. That's kind of a studio for the two. As soon as I saw the water wheel that comes with this pack, I knew that I had to make a mill. It was immediate. I'm like, yes, for sure. I'm probably going to make other builds that have water wheels as well. But this one I specifically wanted to be like an actual mill. One that processed tons of grain to support the entire area, especially because all the surrounding area, there's lots of farmland. So, since I wanted this to be like an actual mill, I wanted it to be as realistic as I possibly could make it. So, I looked up tons of pictures and diagrams, and I learned how real mills with water wheels actually work. So, one way that you can have a water wheel mill, that's kind of hard to say. One way you can do that is that the water could be higher, and then you kind of have a chute that brings the water and then it goes into the buckets that are on the water wheel. But that's not this kind of water wheel. So to make this kind of water wheel work, in reality, you would need a current. And so that's how I came up with these little pipes that are coming up out of that the water area. And what you don't see here is actually have sprinklers in those. And so that water does pour out of those two pipes that are coming out from there. You can't see this here because when you're in build mode, these sprinklers don't actually, have water coming out of them. But you'll see it when you're in live mode. I did actually see pictures of water wheels working this exact way with the pipes coming out of the higher water area, creating the current, then moves the wheel, etc. So I did all the research and I made sure that the water wheel was turning the correct way and all of that. So I was doing my very best to make it completely realistic. As much as I could anyway. Of course, that higher water would probably be connected to another water source, and then the pond would probably go on to then dump out somewhere. But, of course, you can only build on this lot, so I can't do all that. But, like I said, I was just trying my very best with my limitations. I don't really know why that was so important to me, but it really was. I was going to do this water wheel mill justice. I did a couple other things, too, that were kind of, paying homage to the fact that it used to be a mill. And those happen to be, so I have this round stone thing you'll see on the outside, and I put some flowers in it. And then I have a round stone thing that has a piece of wood on top, and I use that as a TV stand in the living room. Those two pieces of stone, in my mind, are the pieces of stone that actually turn and grind down the grain that people give them. And then there's also this wheel that is up in the living room. It's actually a tractor wheel, but we're going to pretend that it's actually the wheel that you put the strap on and that actually turns the two stones together to grind the grain. I wanted to keep those particular things. I say keep. I wanted to put in those particular things because I imagine the people that bought this mill, they love the fact that it used to be a mill. And so they didn't want to tear everything out that reminded them of that fact. So they wanted to keep as much as they could while still being able to turn it into a house. So I thought those were, a couple easy ways to show that it really was a functioning mill before. I also happen to think that if you buy a really cool old historic building, that if you tear everything out, then that's a sin. like you're evil for doing that. That's just not something I would ever allow or want to happen in real life. So I couldn't do it in The Sims either. So they had to keep some of the stuff and not just make it a boring white box just like every other house, you know? Anyways, you can see here I've put in a good gardening area and of course chickens, because we finally, I feel like it took an eternity, but we finally have cottage living / a farming pack, because the farming kind of, that's the part that I was really excited about. You could already kind of make cottages, but you couldn't do this kind of farming. So this was the reason I was so excited about this pack. And since this is my first build with the pack, you know, I had to put some of that stuff in, of course. So even though it isn't super farm related, this build, it's more of a mill, not a farm, I still had to have it. Although I was playtesting it and taking care of all of those plants, it's kind of a lot of work. I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to take a couple of those plots out. I forgot to mention whenever I was placing them, but you might see me placing like a bunch of like white squares and, you know, kind of all over the place and in the pond. If you don't know what those are, I just wanted to explain those really quick because those are a new item. It came with our last update and they are amazing. They're kind of like just animated things. So you can have fireflies, there's an alligator, there's ducks, there's mosquitoes, there's fish, there's tadpoles, all kinds of cool little things. So in build mode, they just look like a white square and they're kind of weird looking. But in live mode, they come to life. And if you happen to download this build, if you want to see frogs and what is a turtle, then you can click on the lily pads that are in the higher pond area and you can say allow frogs to jump on them. Or in the lower pond area, there is a log and you can click on it and say allow turtle to climb up there. I went ahead and turned that on in this, but I don't know if it, you know, passes over. So like if you download this, I don't know if it will still be turned on. So just to give you a heads up, you might want to do that because they're really cute. I went ahead and I used stone on most of the interior walls because I looked at lots of pictures of converted mills and that's how they all were. They were anything that was, you know, on the outside, on the exterior was on the inside as well. So that's what I wanted to do. And then this like older looking paneling is on all of the fully interior walls. On this floor, we have the main bedroom and one bedroom that has been converted into their office / studio space. And then the teenager, I have a teenager living here, and they're actually up in the attic, which I felt a little bad about, felt like kind of guilty. But I was thinking about it and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna feel guilty because if I had the opportunity to have an attic bedroom when I was a teenager, I would have fully taken that opportunity always, 100% of the time, because attic rooms are the coolest. I always thought that when I was a teenager. So, you know, that's what I'm going with. This teenager wanted that attic bedroom for privacy and just the cool factor. And they also added a bathroom up in the attic. So, you know, the teenager has their very own bathroom too. I also have a bathroom on this floor and a bathroom on the first floor. That one is a powder room. I was thinking about what other things that I want to build with this pack, and funny enough, the things that are on my list aren't even cottages. Surprising. I'm sure I will eventually make a cottage, but my first initial ideas are not cottages. And they're kind of cottage-y, maybe. But let me know if you want me to build a cottage really soon. I don't know, everyone else is, so I'm not sure. I might build my other things first. I asked what you guys wanted to see me build on my last video, and you guys gave me such good ideas, but actually none of them were cottages. I don't know, just let me know down below. Well guys, we are pretty much done with this video. I just want to thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me. As always, I will have this uploaded to the gallery so you can get it from there. If you want the tray files, I will have those on my Patreon, which I will have linked down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope to talk to you all again very soon. Bye everybody!